Hello everyone, this is Tim with A4 Outdoors, and today we're going to be installing a rear view camera on our X3 Max. I've seen a few videos of people installing them on two-seaters. I have not found one on a four-seater. The wiring route is a little different on the four-seater, so I'm going to try to go over that with you. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is take the front seat out. The front seat's fairly easy. You have these bolts here are 18 millimeter. You've got two 18 millimeter in the back, and then you have these two. It's 13 millimeter on each side. You take these bolts out. The seat comes out. It's a little bit of a pain if you do not have the hinges for the door to keep them open. The doors keep hitting, and I made a video on that in a previous video to install those. But I like to always put just the bolt, the nuts back on where the bolts are, and the bolts back so you don't lose anything. And then you're going to take this side panel off. I went ahead and took the back, this whole section on this side off, just because I'm going to be running some rock lights. I got to hook up a winch. I got to do a lot of stuff there, and I took the rear seat out. That's where your battery is, unfortunately. That's one thing, Can-Am. I'm just saying, oh my goodness, what is this? But you're going to need a very long extension. The seat, goes forward somewhat, but you still got to stick an extension way down through here on a ratchet to loosen those back two bolts. But once you get it out, other than that, it's easy. I can take it right out the front. It's easier just to go slide it through and take it right out the front door. I haven't put the cylinders on the back door yet. I just wanted to give them a try on the front. Really like them. They're a must. I'm going to order these back door cylinders like today. So first thing is take the seats out, get that all where you can get in there and everything, because all the wiring to your rear view camera is going to go to this bus bar here. Nice thing is they did put a bus bar here where you can hook up a lot of accessories. You've got your ground, your accessory where it'll turn on with the switch, then you've got a power, or vice versa. So that's nice. But I also went ahead and took the rear view mirror off and put the new one on. All it is a Torx head bolt, comes right out, and then you just screw this one back on. So I've got it ready to fish all my wire to get up to there. And I also went ahead and mounted the rear view camera, the actual camera itself. It comes with some little screws in here that's already in there with the nut on the back of it. Throw those in the trash can. But you get in a pack, it actually gives you hex head bolts and with lock washer or lock nuts. Use those. Those little things pop off. That covers up the screw heads and stuff. And anyway, you just reach kind of above the fender or above the muffler, if you can see back over there, to reach the head of the bolts to put the nuts on, or the tail, the thing there. And then you just run the wiring, stick it up through there, and it comes with these two little clips that you can, I put one here. You've got a couple different options. You can clip them about anywhere, but I think I like it where I just clipped it here and it's got a zip tie attached to it. And then it gave you two, and then you put another one here and has a zip tie attached to it. And then you just run the wire up inside this fender. That's where your tail light wiring harness is. And then it gives you a lot of zip ties in the kit also. Just kind of zip tie it. I know you can't see it, but just zip tie it around your tail light wiring harness and go down as far as it'll reach. This thing, I don't know what this little rubber bushing is, so I'm just going to leave it on. I think it's maybe if you have a certain type of exhaust and you have to drill a hole, it kind of seals it off. But there's one end of that. And so I ran it and put 2 or 3 zip ties until it gets to about right here. That's when I'll connect the rest of it to go to where that bus bar is, and then the mirror itself will go to the bus bar. And I'll do that in just a moment. All right, the next thing I did is I took this wire, which is your main wiring harness. It comes on a big roll with your fuse, of course your fuse with your power. I hooked it to accessory. That way it will come on with the switch when I turn it on, and then your black is your ground, hooks to the black there. And then you've got your audio video. It comes with 2, one for a front camera possibly and one for the back. I just plug it in AV1 to your one that you run from the back. So on the Max, you run it down. This cover just goes on here, so it'll come right up through here, and it tells you to use your little zip ties there, there, and there's one on the end, right there's one right there. Then you kind of run it up. I put another one there just for the heck of it, but there's a little track that you can run the wiring right up the kind of the side there, and then once you get to the top, this cover that kind of covers the, I guess there's like a, where it bolts, the rack bolts on. There's I think 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 screws. I believe they're T27. Take those out and this cover will come right off. So you can actually run it. Let me open the door here. So you can run it right up there and kind of up and under the cover, and then comes out the top, and then I just put the 2 zip ties here to here, and then it will actually go inside the roll cage to go to the front. Now this is a bit of a pain. A lot of people have issues with it just because, I mean, the hole's bigger than I thought it was going to be, but you still can stick it through that hole there and run it inside down to, like I said, this is a lot easier. Most of your, if you get an XRS, they'll come with a roof, so you got to take the roof off to make it a lot easier. I'm gonna put the radio roof on mine, so they already had, they kept the roof. But anyway, it comes out that hole there. This was the little bit of the pain getting that through there. If you had a small piece of stiff wire or like a fish tape, that's going to be the easiest route. But it took me just a couple minutes to get it in there. I just used a little screwdriver and some needle nose pliers, and I could reach in there and pull it out. Anyway, you help fish it through, pull it out, run it over there, and plug it right into that one, into your mirror that's there now. And there's that part. So you got it. That ran all the way to the place where you're going to hook it in the bus bar. Now your cable, your audio video cable that goes to the actual camera, you can go, basically, I hooked it into the one that was hanging here earlier that goes to the camera. You just plug it right in. As you can see, I just kind of ran it along the tail light harness or wiring, and it runs straight across. It's hard to see back through there, and then there's that hole that goes through the kind of the back firewall into the console, and I'll show you where that comes out. So you just put a couple zip ties, you know, just do it however you think you can do it. I put a few zip ties right around the wiring harness, and it seems like it holds pretty well. And then I'll show you where it comes out. It goes right through there. You can see it come out right through here, and then I just put a zip tie around this wiring harness and ran it right up through here. You're going to have a lot of extra wire. Why they made it this long, because this is a 4-seater. I guess maybe the Defenders, maybe they're longer in the bed and all that, so they need the extra wire. But just roll it up, plug. Like I said, here's V2. That's an extra one for an extra camera if you want to ever do that down the road, which we may not. But it just plugs right here with the AV1 to there. Slide the little sleeve over top of it. Zip tie it up kind of nice and neat. I zip tied it to here and zip tied it together. And basically that's done. And then you get to put all your plastic back on or leave it off for future projects as I'm doing. So all you have to do is come in and my key. Grab the key here. I'll just tap it once for your accessories to turn on. And boom. First time it may not turn on, you got to turn the power on. But now since I've turned the power on with the button there, it'll turn on every time I turn the key on and then go off when I turn it off. There is a delay when you turn it off, so don't freak out if it stays on after you turn it off for a minute, but it'll turn off once your dash turns off and the lights and all that good stuff. So but there we go. Now it's off, and you can use it as you can hit the power button and use it as just a mirror, or you can hit of course you can use it as the camera. If you like this video, hit like at the bottom. Hopefully it helped you out, made it a little easier for people that maybe you're trying to install this on a Max or 4-seat model. But hit like at the bottom of the page, subscribe to our page for more videos to come, and we'll see you next time.